greenbeamradio.com.
Welcome to Pozos Historias, an oral history podcast that brings to life the rich history and stories of Mineral de Pozos, Guanajuato, Mexico. Pozos Historias is available in spoken English and Spanish languages, on YouTube and all your favorite podcasting platforms. Like, subscribe and follow Pozos Historias for updates. The original Pozos Historias oral history recordings with our guests and more history stories are available on our parent website, greenbeamradio.com. In Pozos Historias, we explore the voices of Pozos, revealing the hidden histories, cultural traditions, and enduring legacy of the people who shaped this town. Once a bustling mining town in the heart of Guanajuato, Pozos has seen cycles of boom, abandonment, and revival. Join us as we uncover these remarkable histories and experiences, woven through the voices of residents and experts alike. This is Pozos Historias, coming to you from Mineral de Pozos, a true Pueblo Mágico. Community, tradition, and change. The life of Doña Esperanza in Mineral de Pozos, Guanajuato, Mexico. In today's episode, we'll hear from Doña Esperanza, a lifelong resident of the town, who shares her memories of the town's transformation, the community's resilience, and the traditions that continue to this day. We will learn about the early days of Pozos, the projects the community took on together, and the festivals and dances that have shaped the town's cultural identity. Doña Esperanza has lived in Mineral de Pozos her entire life. In her earliest memories, the town was quiet and sparsely populated. Yet despite its desolation, the people of Pozos came together as a community to build the infrastructure and projects that shaped the town. From the very beginning, the people of Mineral de Pozos have relied on each other. In the absence of modern conveniences, they created their own, working as a community to build the infrastructure that would sustain their town for generations.
When I was younger, Pozos was a very lonely place. There were very few people and only a handful of children in the school, but we always came together as a community. I remember how we built the town's drainage system with our own hands. It wasn't like it is now. Back then it was all very rustic. We formed groups and started working, digging the trenches for the pipes.
Doña Esperanza was not just a part of the town's physical growth, but also its social and educational development. With few formal programs for children in Pozos, mothers like Doña Esperanza took matters into their own hands.
I signed up for various learning programs, like Women Moving Mexico and a self-esteem workshop. I started the doll-making group, and I also taught literacy here. We didn't have many opportunities back then, but these programs helped us grow as a community. It was especially hard when my children were in school. There were no buses, and the children had to travel far to go to secondary school in San Luis.
Concerned about how their children would spend their time after school, they formed groups like the Tribe, which taught the children how to build pre-Hispanic instruments and other skills.
We started the Tribe because we were worried about what the children would do after school. There were no programs or distractions except for soccer, so we came together to create something for them. The first thing we taught them was how to make pre-Hispanic instruments. They used what little knowledge remained, passed down from generation to generation. Even now, my children can still make those instruments.
The creation of the Tribe wasn't just about keeping the children entertained. It was about preserving culture and tradition. Through the hands of the children, ancient knowledge was revived, and the community became stronger. One of the most enduring memories for Doña Esperanza is the tradition of festivals and dances that took place in Mineral de Pozos. Despite the town's quiet nature, The festivals drew people in from all around.
Pozos was usually so lonely, but on the day of the festival so many people would come. We would all walk up the mountain on May 3rd to the Holy Cross. There were no fences or barriers back then. We would just go. The festivals brought life to the town, and the dances, like the dance of the tejas, were a big part of that. My mother told me that the miners from Zacatecas brought the dance here in honor of the Lord of the Labors.
In the heart of Mineral de Pozos, every year on May 3rd, the streets come alive with color, music, and deep devotion for the Lord of the Laborers Festival, or the Fiesta del Señor de los Trabajadores. This celebration coincides with Dia de la Santa Cruz, the Day of the Holy Cross, a time when laborers, miners, and their families honor their patron saint, El Señor de los Trabajadores, the Lord of the Laborers, seeking his protection and blessings for their work. The festival begins with a sacred pilgrimage, where penitents dressed in simple white garments walk in silence toward the Holy Cross site, located just outside the town. This ancient cross, said to bless the land and its people, has long been a spiritual beacon for the laborers and their families. Some pilgrims carry wooden crosses on their backs, enduring the journey as an act of penance and devotion, mirroring the hardships of those who once toiled in the mines. Back in the town center, the processions continue, weaving through the cobblestone streets. Villagers carry handcrafted banners, statues of saints, and offerings. The scent of fresh flowers and incense fills the air, while families walk together, some carrying candles, others holding tools, symbolizing the labor that defines their history. It's a time for the community to come together, not only to celebrate their faith, but to remember their ancestors who worked in the mines, trusting in the protection of the Lord of the Laborers and the blessings of the Holy Cross. The festival unites generations in joy, remembrance, and a deep sense of connection to the town's rich heritage. For Doña Esperanza, the festivals were more than just celebrations. They were a reminder of the town's vibrant cultural roots. Even as the town grew quieter, the dances and traditions helped keep the spirit of Pozos alive. Doña Esperanza is the link in a long chain of family history in Pozos. She recounts stories from her mother, who was born in 1916, about the grand festivals and the everyday life of the town's past residents. For Doña Esperanza, family and tradition are deeply intertwined.
My mother used to tell me stories about when Pozos was full of life. She was born in 1916, and she remembered when the town was bustling with shops and big celebrations. She lived to be over 100, and she never forgot those days. I've lived in the same house my entire life. It's been in my family for 7 generations now.
Her family's legacy in Pozos is a testament to the town's endurance and its people's connection to their roots. Doña Esperanza's life is a story of community, tradition, and resilience. From building the town's infrastructure with her own hands to passing down the cultural knowledge of her ancestors, she represents the heart and soul of Mineral de Pozos. That brings us to the end of today's episode. Through Doña Esperanza's memories of Mineral de Pozos, we've glimpsed the resilience of a community built on hard work, tradition, and faith. From the rich history of the mines to the enduring celebrations like the Lord of the Labourers Festival, it's clear that the spirit of the former ghost town is alive in every story. Thank you for listening with us to Doña Esperanza, whose stories reflect the importance of preserving history, honoring those who came before us, and finding meaning in our everyday work. We are deeply grateful to our key supporters, Dr. Pablo Miller, Jeff Winningham, and the Pozos Art Project. Their commitment allows us to bring these untold stories to life. We extend our heartfelt thanks to Doña Esperanza for generously sharing her memories and insights. To explore additional content, facts, images, videos, and bonus episodes, visit our parent website, greenbeamradio.com. Greenbeam Radio is dedicated to producing meaningful media that features global stories and supports small-budget, underdog productions, offering a platform for voices and perspectives that often go unheard. At Pozos Historias, our mission is to uncover, preserve, and share the rich cultural heritage and untold narratives of Mineral de Pozos, Mexico. Through thoughtful storytelling, historical exploration, and community engagement, we strive to illuminate the history of this once thriving mining town and celebrate its remarkable transformation. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to continuing this journey together.
greenbeamradio.com